Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Ahdora Speaks, and today I'm just going to talk about some things that I do every week that just sort of helps me keep a certain mindset and just not stress too much, right? I mean, we all go through Lagos stress and just life in general, and so I think that it's important to just, you know, have certain things that just kind of keep you sane throughout the week and throughout your life, really. So here's the first one. So the first one is practice gratitude. Okay, so one of the things that I do is that in the mornings when I'm going to the office, I try not to focus too much on my phone. So I just listen to really good music, usually light music, jazz, or some spiritual music. And then what I do is I just kind of, you know, just thank God for every single aspect of my life. So no matter how small it is, you know, I thank God for my good health, I thank God for my parents, for my son, for my husband, I thank God for my friends, you know, work that I got, a relationship that, you know, God established for me, my colleagues in the office, everything, right? So I think that it's important to practice gratitude, and that usually lifts my spirit. So by the time I get to my destination, my heart is just lifted and I'm just, you know, focused on really just enjoying whatever life brings. The second one is stop reading and watching news that depresses you. It is important that if you're the type of person that wakes up in the morning and the first thing that you do is go on a vlog or go on a news station to just kind of see all the bad news that goes on in the world, you might need to quit that for a while. So you know that it's important to keep up with news and keep up with what's going on in our world, but maybe there are ways to just kind of skip through or skip over gruesome news and things that, you know, you feel like will just not edify your spirit and will not allow you to, you know, really operate to your full capacity because you're overthinking it. And again, you know, these things happen on a daily basis and we don't really think about it because we're like, I just opened the blog and I just saw it and I flipped and I, you know, moved forward. But then it stays in our subconscious and then it just kind of affects things around us. So I think it's important to consider. The third thing that I think that everyone should do is don't look for excuses. So go into the new week not looking for excuses or being on the defense about stuff. So, you know, just focus on hitting your challenges heads on. Or we can all sit down and come up with 1 billion reasons why we shouldn't do something this week. That's the truth. We can come up with 1 billion reasons why our boss is continuously shouting at us. Oh, they're a bad person, we just don't like them. They don't like us, we don't like them. We can come up with 100 reasons why. We come up with reasons. You get my point, right? But don't look for excuses this week. Go into the new week and, you know, do everything that you have set your mind to, right, without looking for a reason to back out of it. So the fourth thing that I want you to consider as you go into the new week is ask questions. A lot of us don't like to ask questions because we're afraid to appear weak or appear not knowledgeable, right? But I think it's very important to ask questions. You know, questions just they broaden our horizon and they just open up your mind to thinking about things a different way. And a lot of times they will even open up opportunities for conversation because somebody might be getting frustrated because they think that you have the ability or full knowledge of something, only to find out that you really had no knowledge of that thing. And you know, that could open up a conversation for you to actually get help. Okay, no man is an island. Don't think about it as, oh, you know, they're gonna think I'm weak, they're gonna think I don't know. You know, just think about it as, I'm going to get this information and this information is going to allow me, you know, a step further towards my goals. Okay, the next one, you guys are gonna think I'm crazy, is stop chasing money. I know it sounds crazy. Sounds really crazy, but anyway, yeah, stop chasing money. Okay, so as you go into the new week, stop focusing on how you can make money and how you can get money. Focus on how you can solve problems. I'm sure this sounds cliche to a lot of you and you're like, yeah, they've come again with their solve problems, but it's such a fact. At least I can speak from experience focus on how you can build connections. Connections meaning networks, and how you can solve the problems of the people in these networks that you're building. When you can solve problems efficiently and effectively, and you can do it consistently over a period of time, because it's not enough to just start something, do something for one person and decide that, oh, I'm supposed to just get everything else overnight. You have to be consistent, and it's going to take time. And once you do that consistently over a period of time, trust me, money will find you. It always does. And even as you start to generate that money, you must also understand that, especially if you're an entrepreneur and you're building a sustainable business, you must be able to reinvest that money back into your business. And what that means is that it will take a little bit of time for you to genuinely reap the fruits of your labor. So it's not going to be overnight success, overnight money. I'm going to be driving a Benz the moment I start a business or I start to do something. But it's just understanding that, if you continue to put your passion and your heart into what it is that you're doing, and you do that over a period of time, naturally it will, just come. The funds will come as a result of those things that you're doing. The thing that I think it's important is that you have to think and believe that you're successful, okay? The victory is won first in your mind before you win it in the physical. And so you have to literally just sit down and visualize, that you will be successful, regardless of all the challenges that come across your way. And when you start to think like that, then it automatically just, moves into, I feel like there's an energy bust that happens, where it just propels you to further heights, and you start to act like you are successful at everything that you're doing, and then you kind of like just cheat to life. I don't know if you guys believe in cheating things to life, but I do. I found that a lot of times I do cheat things to life. Like I tell myself that, this meeting is going to go well. And because I tell myself that, automatically that meeting goes well. I tell myself, today is not going to be a bad day, and it happens. I do everything within my power to make sure that day is not a bad day. So it's just, it's cheating. The last one for me is that you need to be able to say no. So naturally, as human beings, we like to, again, solve people's problems, and as a result we want to say yes to everything. But I think it's important for you to know when to say no. So if it's distracting you, then you need to say no. If it is going to take you away from something important that you set for yourself for the week, then you need to say no. If it's something that's going to drain your energy, emotionally, mentally, physically, and is not giving you anything in return, and that anything doesn't have to necessarily be financial, but you're just not getting anything in return, then you need to say no. And if it's anything that, when you weigh the opportunity cost, is not bringing value to you, you need to say no as well. I read on a friend of mine's page recently where he talked about, it's not my emergency, it's your emergency, and people will always project. So when they have urgencies and things that they need to deliver within a certain period of time, and they come to you and say, look, this thing, I need it done now. You need to know when to set your boundaries and just say, no, I can't get it done right now, but if you give me a few days, I will get it done, right? So that you're not just saying yes and then you're not able to focus on actually getting it done. Because again, our minds are very powerful, so are our hearts. It's not just about our mouth. So our mouth can say yes, I'm gonna get it done, but if emotionally we're not in the right place to do it, or mentally we don't feel like we're getting anything out of it, then chances of it getting done are slim, but chances of it getting done properly are even slimmer. So so those are a couple of things that I do during the week that just keeps me energized and keeps me just focused on my goals. And I think you should try it and see if it works for you. If it does work for you, give me a shout. I'd like to know. I really would like to know. So give me a shout if it works for you, and if there are other tips and things that you would like to share with people about how you progress throughout the week without being overly stressed by Lagos, because Lagos is stressful, we know that. So yeah, without being overly stressed about life, are there some things that you do to make things easier?